Here, before you go out there.
Let her know it's going.
I sent her.
I hope this works.
Here. Thanks.
I love you.
I love you too. You're getting married.
Yeah, I'm a yeah, I know. That is always a good
Here we are. Cherished members of their respective families, privileged friends, honored guests, many of you who arrived so far to be here today. We are gathered together in the presence of God as these witnesses to unite Daniel and Krista in marriage. How privileged they are to have you share this, the most anticipated day of their lives, and how blessed we are to celebrate this day with them. Before we proceed, however, let's invite the most important guest of all to the occasion. Please pray with me. Our God, the one true God, the God of love, the author of marriage, who allowed us to be in this beautiful place in the making of your hands. We thank you so much for the opportunity to be privileged to be a part of this amazing occasion, this wonderful day that will launch Daniel and Krista into a great life together. We pray that you would participate with us as we honor you, as we invoke your presence and participation in what transpires. Please bless what we do, and may it honor you and those present today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Who gives this woman to be married to this man? Just how big a deal is this whole love and marriage thing? It's merely the foundation of all that we know. It symbolizes and makes possible all that is stable and secure. It is the nucleus of the family. It is the indispensable structure that sustains and supports the entire civilized world. It is the adhesive, the super glue that holds all of humanity together. It is that which makes possible any flourishing society. It is the very reflection of God's nature, because He is not only the very essence of love, He is its source. I invite you guys to take a look over your shoulders just for a moment. You kind of pause and drink this in. Freeze frame this in your mind. Because it's your love that's brought all these people to this place. It's their love for you that's going to help make this an amazing day for all of us. This is why God's Word begins with a marriage in its first pages and ends with a very different kind of marriage in its last. And right in the middle, He places a hidden jewel of a book that paints an exhilarating picture of all the sweetness and romance and celebration of love unparalleled between a husband and wife. And here's my hope for you. I want nothing less than for the two of you to have a marriage that everyone envies. But when they see you two together, like we often do now, in the days and months and years to come, they look at you, they watch you interact, they see how you talk to each other, they see how you are together, and they say to themselves, I want what they have. When they ask you, where does that come from? You tell them, right here. And so on this midsummer afternoon, in this historic setting, against a picture-perfect backdrop, Daniel and Krista, please turn and take each other's hands. And I invite those of you who came today as a couple to do the same. May this be your time to recommit as well, as you share this moment with them. For those of you who have come, please sort of join us symbolically on the stage as we go through these words together. Love is the most profound and powerful force known to humans. The world moves for love. It kneels before love in awe. It is love that has compelled so many pens to compose so many lines and lyrics, poetry and prose, songs and stories. In the film Dead Poets Society, set in 1959 in Vermont at an all-boys preparatory school, Professor John Keating is a Cambridge-trained instructor of world literature. In his inimitable and unconventional way, he strives to inspire his students to develop an affection for, or at least a respect for, poetry. And in one powerful moment, he urges his class of 20 high school seniors to huddle around him, dropping to one knee in the middle of them all, like a coach about to give a pregame speech to his football team. He looks each of them squarely in the eye, and he says this: we don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we're members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion, medicine, law, business, engineering. These are all noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for. But the ultimate definition of love springs from a book we call 1 Corinthians. And Paul's description there defies description. It is the magnus opus of all literary attempts to successfully capture its qualities and quintessence. And so based upon some things that the two of you have shared with me about the other one, let me personalize the first part of that book for you. Daniel, you might say, if I become a technological wizard, so as to be able to unravel all the mysteries and intricacies of the universe, but do not love Krista unconditionally, I would only be the sound of a stack of my science journals hitting the floor. If I polish and shine and anchor all my Rubik's Cubes, and solve each and every one in world record time, blindfolded, and give my entire collection to the poor, but lack the same degree of devotion and attentiveness to my wife, I am nothing. If I could be a one-man show for a one night only at Carnegie Hall, singing and playing like Billy Joel himself, and yet fail to love Christ as Jesus loves the church, then none of it matters. If I lead humbly and serve others tirelessly, but fail to serve her, it means nothing. Krista, you might say, if I were to sell my engagement ring tomorrow and give all the proceeds to the poor, but had not the same generosity with my time and attention toward Daniel, it profits me nothing. If I have an unquenchable compassion for others and go out of my way to make sure they know how important they are both to God and to me, but do not love Daniel in the same way, it means little. If I was a consummate communicator, so as to meticulously understand and be understood by everyone, rivaling Daniel Webster himself, and if my creativity and artistry were as such to draw comparisons to the likes of Michelangelo and Da Vinci, but not loving to my husband, I gain nothing. And now we'll take a moment to be led in the worship song, please. Sarah?
If you are able, please stand and worship with us. Before the throne of God above, I have a strong and perfectly great high priest whose name is love. Whoever lives and pleads for me, my name is graven on his hand. My name is written on his heart. I know that while in heaven he stands, no tongue can bid me this depart. No tongue can bid me this depart. When Satan tempts me to despair, he tells me about guilt within. Not I look and see him there, made an answer to all my sin. Because the sinless Savior died, my sinful soul is counted free. Lord God, the just is satisfied. So look on him and pardon me. To look on him and pardon me. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise the one, praise his son of God. Hallelujah. listen with my perfect, spotless righteousness, the great unchangeable I am, the King of glory and of praise. One with himself, I cannot die. My soul is purchased by his blood. My life is hid with Christ on high. With Christ my Savior and my God. With Christ my Savior and my God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the one, risen Son of God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Praise the one, risen Son of
This time, Daniel, followed by Krista, exchange their vows to each other. Oh, please be seated.
I, Daniel Arthur, take you, Christopher Blanchard, to be my wife. I enter into this covenant with you by the grace of God and not by my own virtue. I promise to love you as Christ loves the church, leading you toward righteousness and washing you with the water of the word. I promise to pursue holiness and truth as I love God with all my heart, soul, and mind. I promise to cherish you as my own flesh, to be faithful to you in all things, and to honor and uphold the union between us. I promise to help you in your weaknesses and not contend before them, remembering that the real problem is sin. I promise to love you and be constantly captivated by you, and I promise to captivate you with my service, love, and understanding of you. I promise to pursue a greater understanding of your heart, soul, and mind. I promise to be a constant source of encouragement and support for you in every season of life. I promise to be a gentle listener, not taking for granted the ways you share your heart with me. I realize it is not by my own strength that I can uphold these promises to you, but only through the power of Christ in me. My hope is to honor and glorify God through this marriage.
I, Krista Marie Blanchard, take you, Daniel Arthur Cape, to be my husband. I enter into this covenant with you by the grace of God, not by my own virtue. I promise to submit myself to your lead, trusting that you know my heart and are following Christ's lead. I promise to respect and trust your decisions as I respect and trust your wisdom as a committed follower of Christ. I promise to pursue holiness and truth as I love God with all of my heart, soul, and mind. I promise to cherish you as my own flesh, to be faithful to you in all things, and to honor and uphold the union between us. I promise to believe the best about you at all times, committing myself to being a constant source of encouragement and support for you in every season of life. I promise to help you in your weaknesses and not condemn you for them, remembering that the real problem is sin. I promise to be a gentle listener, not taking for granted the ways you share your heart with me. I promise to constantly pursue greater understanding of you, enabling me to serve you in the ways that you need. I promise to realize the choice I have to be captivated by your love and to captivate you by my own. I realize it is not by my strength that I can uphold these promises to you, but only through the power of Christ in me. My hope is to honor and glorify God through this marriage.
Are there rings? ring is a perfect symbol of unity of two lives pursuing oneness. As it is fashioned in the most precious of metals, it's a reminder of how priceless the two of you is to the other. And as a circle, having neither beginning nor ends, it illustrates that yours is an endless love and has eternity itself. But Daniel, I think you have something else to add to this.
There must be a God. Yes, I know it's true. 'Cause I can see His love when I look at you. And He must have a plan for this crazy life. 'Cause it brought me here and placed you by my side. And I have never been so sure of anything before, like I am in this moment here with you. And now for better or for worse, are so much more than only words. And I pray every day will be the proof that I mean what I say when I say I do. Yes, I mean what I say when I say I do. Whoa. See the strength you have just ain't strong enough. And what tomorrow brings, only time will tell. But I'll stand by you in sickness and in I'm not sure of anything before, like I am in this moment here with you. And now for better or for worse, there's so much more than only words. And I pray every day will be the proof that I mean what I say when I say I do. Yes, I mean what I say when I say. Take these hands and take this ring, and know that I will always love you through anything. Yeah, there's the like a beating heart. I will live these words till death do us part. And I have never been so sure of anything before, like I am in this moment here with you.
I wouldn't get through that much. Daniel, having placed the ring on Chris's left hand, please look through her now tear-filled eyes and repeat after me as you affirm your love. I will be patient with you. I will be gentle and kind to you. I will not be envious of your successes. I will not let stubborn pride keep us from resolving any conflict. I will not be rude to you. I will not insist on getting my way. I will not become easily angry with you. I will keep no record of your wrongs. I will seek to quickly. I will always be honest with you. I will always protect you. I will always trust you. I will always find hope in life with you. I will be with you no matter what. I will never fail to love you. Kristen, would you place the ring on Daniel's left hand? If you can. And repeat after me. I will be patient with you. I will be sweet and gentle towards you. No one will find more joy in your successes than I will. I will not let pride come between us in any way. I will not be self-serving with you. I will not become easily angry with you. And I will not keep track of your mistakes. I will always be open and transparent with you. I will always be protective of you. I will always find hope in life with you. I will be with you no matter what. I will never fail to love you.
Will all of you witnessing these marriage vows do all in your power to uphold and protect the sacred commitments these two have made, and to hold them accountable to the promises they have made to each other? With God's help, will you model a loving example so as to encourage, support, and mentor Daniel and Krista in their new life together? And will all married couples take this moment to rededicate themselves to their own vows and to uphold the institution of marriage that is as designed by God Almighty? And if so, answer. You have two choices. You can say, we definitely do. If you're not kind of like Daniel, you can just say, we do. So pick one of those.
By the power of the one true God who brings us all together in this place, allows us to celebrate this way. So, I now have the privilege for everyone here on this amazing day together to pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss each other.
forever like that. Leave the words on the pages, if you'll be my sweet melody. And the tune can keep changing, 'cause I'll keep arranging. And this is the song that I'll sing. And I'll hold you, and I'll sing. I wanna love you forever, I do. I wanna spend all of my days with you. We'll carry your burden and be the wind at your back. Well, I wanna spend my forever. When the rain comes, I'll be your shelter. When the wind blows, love will be together. Though the storms they rise, well, I'll be right there by your side. And I'll sing, I'm gonna love you forever, I do. I'm gonna spend all of my days with you. We'll carry your burden, be the wind at your back. Well, I'm gonna spend my forever, forever like that.
Thank you. Well, the secret to a long marriage is very simple. Don't get divorced. The secret to a happy marriage, we could take the wise words of your best man. Don't tolerate stringy and fatty meat. I don't think that's going to see you through life. The secret to a happy marriage is to lay down your life for one another. And as we come to this table, we see the candles of two families that are flown into one life. And we see two families as we look at God, as He opened up His family to us. And so as we come to this time of communion, we join together in a way that links us with people for 2,000 years and then even back to the Jewish tradition. Jesus gives us the perfect example of the first thing that you want to do as a married couple, is to prove and to show that we're willing to lay down our life. And He did that for us. And so in this remembrance, we come before this table and we come before God to share what is the most precious gift that He gave to us. And I'm sure at this moment you're thinking that each other is the most precious gift. But there is a point where you will draw deeper and deeper on that gift of Christ to strengthen your marriage. It is interesting that the passage that we often use, Paul was actually writing to a church that was fighting amongst themselves and was really having some very strange behavior around the practices of their worship. And yet we use these words because Paul was calling us back to remember what the central things of our faith are supposed to be. And he says, I received from the Lord what I also pass on to you. The Lord Jesus, on the night He was betrayed, He took bread. And when He'd given thanks, He broke it. And He said, this is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me. If you'd like to serve your wife. Supper, he took the cup, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this whenever you drink it in remembrance of me. For whenever you eat this bread and drink this cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." We all stand for our closing prayer. Eternal God, loving Father, creator and preserver of life, author of salvation and giver of all grace, look with favor upon this man and this woman whom you have made one flesh in holy matrimony. Grant that their wills be so knit together in your will, and that their spirits be so knit with your spirit, that they each may grow in love and peace with you and with each other all the days of their lives. Give them grace when they hurt each other, to recognize and acknowledge their fault, and to seek each other's forgiveness and yours. Make their life together a sign of Christ's love to this sinful and broken world. Give them such fulfillment and mutual affection that they may reach out in love and concern to others. And grant that all married persons who have witnessed these vows may find their lives strengthened and their loyalties confirmed. In the name of the one God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
I believe when the wedding is done properly by all those who participate, it should run the gamut of motion and expression. I think we would agree to witness that today. So now we have the privilege to present to you for the very first time. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, fans and groupies. Mr. and Mrs. Daniel and Krista Payton.
Here comes that news talking this and that. Even though I don't hold back, I should tell you I'll be just fine. No offense to me, Bring me down, can't move. Bring me down, and I was cool. Bring me down, can't move. Bring me down, bring me down, can't move. Bring me down, and I was cool. Bring me down, can't move. Bring me down.
I cut around him in the lawn and did nothing. We're dandelion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was helping her out in the shop for a while. She was teaching me a lot of stuff. Once you get back, we're going to live. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I had a chance. And I didn't realize that I had a chance to land this thing. And I was like, she goes super high, so I was like, I have. I felt really like, I'm like, oh, here. That song was really good. Really high, and I well, actually, Daniel's song that he said, it was I'm surprised to hear this that far.
Good job, Jim. Aaron today. She should have been there. She's had that's better than the girl was still here a couple days ago. And yesterday. But they were going to lose. Yeah, they were going to so a good family type. Yes, that's really something. Now I know another family.
Very, very cool.
I mean,